Good morning. How are you today? Well, it's pleasant out, a little overcast, and it's Friday, and I still regulate my week as if Friday is different than Saturday or Sunday. I sort of work all of those days and then do other things as well for my sanity. On some level, we must be annoyed at the knuckle draggers who resist taking the vaccine and are costing us at least another year of having to be super cautious so that we either don't catch the virus, COVID-19, or one of its mutations, and we don't end up in a hospital and we don't end up dying. It's pretty simple and straightforward. You got to wonder what kind of person isn't concerned about this. But we're fighting to hold the center, and it's really clear that life is not for the amateurs. It's a contact sport, and you have to cope, and you can't cope without information and knowing what's going on. And sometimes we get too much information, which brings us down. There was a rumor of a bomb on Capitol Hill, and it hasn't been proven that the guy had a bomb, but he was heaven set on overturning our government and stuff like that. He was a real rabble. And for most of us, the explanation is simple. He's out of control. He's listened to the wrong people. He's been incited to this criminal act, and he'll pay for it. Unlike the people that sponsored it, including Mo Brooks from Alabama, who, among other things yesterday, said he could understand how, and he was sympathetic to anger directed at a dictatorial socialism, he called it. Man, do these guys ever say anything that's responsible? Now remember, on January the 6th, he was right there in the center of it, egging these guys onto the Hill. And here we are, danger in America, but we don't talk about it. I don't know where that story was buried, and it's not a front page story. But it's the ongoing sentiment of a problem America has, and we're not doing a damn thing about it. Nothing. Zero. We go after the rioters. We always go after the low-hanging fruit. So I say, see, look, we're doing the rioters. We're serious. People ask me, oh, what is the evidence that the Justice Department isn't looking into members of Congress and Trump and those other people? The fact that not a single subpoena has been discussed in a courtroom. Not a single witness has come forward to protest that he's been targeted in a political witch hunt. There is absolutely no signs of any investigation of the real criminals in this case, the ones who stood to profit from it and continue in government despite the fact that our democratic society voted against them. How's that for a summary? Sometimes I impress myself with my anger. Sorry. Now, how about Taliban? Well, now, am I comparing the Republicans as amateur mimics of the Taliban? Not exactly, but they're in the same school. They don't believe in democratic government. They do believe in violent overthrow of a government. And as we have this conversation down the trail on a happy Friday where it's cool out, the Taliban, who are going to just let Americans go leave the country fine, you're getting a little upset about that, and they're charging around, and some people are getting shot, and they're discouraging them from getting to the airport, and they're punishing them. They're having to deal with protests, something dictators really don't like. Don't cry for me, Argentina. So, it's a theme we've lived with, we've all studied it, but when it's happening to us, we don't see it. So, over there in Afghanistan, you have Taliban reverting to form, and I posted a picture of how they've defaced pictures of women wearing makeup and not concealing their faces, and the next question is, will they take this out on women? In the meantime, in terms of people leaving the country, they're busy tracking down those who allied themselves with the invasion force, that's us, and Great Britain and other countries, and seeking them out, going house to house, and they're going to imprison or kill those who helped us when we were there. That's why it's important to get them out. Now, all of these people criticizing Biden and so forth like that, come on, get over it. Isn't this when we're supposed to pull together? Isn't this when we're supposed to figure out how to solve the problem? Isn't this when we try to bring Americans here and the allies who helped us to our country or another friendly country? You know, it's kind of sickening, the absence of loyalty or devotion to others. So we got a president. He's going to have a press statement today, and he's probably going to bring us up to date on this. So let's see. Let's return to the Hill. We have those Texans, 26 of them, came to Washington, begged the Democrats in their own party to help them save the nation from the voting bill that Texas is on the verge of passing. And what did D.C. do? Nothing. It's amazing. And so they went back home with their tail between their legs because their ally, who should be loyal to them, can't offer them anything. Bupkis, we'd say in New York, right? A little Yiddish is always appropriate in a situation like this, I think. And what are we really looking at? If we don't face what the contrast is, whether you're in Afghanistan or America, you're missing the point. We believe in democracy. It has not exported well for a number of reasons, but we have democracy here. And Biden has promised that he will show that this is a superior form of government to autocracy, to the autocrats. Is there anyone among us who believes, they're so certain the autocrats will be on their side, that they would favor that over democracy and a vote in the ballot box? But as I talk to you, the Republicans, are trying to gerrymander districts so they can pick up the additional seats so they can control the Congress. And we have our fiddle out and aren't acting. It's bizarre. So, I know this is not cheerful, but here's the thinking. If we don't know this, we don't talk about it, we don't protest it, we don't say to our elected representatives, do something about it, absolutely nothing will happen. You can't win the argument you don't make. You have to continuously make the argument. That's how Biden won. We supported it, we fought for it, we did everything we could. That's what we have to do to save our democracy from these traitors. You know, whether it's Mo Brooks or Hawley or Cruz or the people who were in the West Wing, the people in intelligence who failed us, any one of them. So, here I am in my garden of green, and I hope you get out and get a few moments and be very careful. Oh, by the way, in Alaska, they seized 3,000 3,000 false vaccination forms. That is saying somebody had been vaccinated when they hadn't, and they're selling them. So there are people buying the form to pretend they were vaccinated when they won't get the vaccination for free. You can't deal with this kind of madness. So there you have it. Have a good day. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.